Hey guys, welcome back into the channel. My name's Jarrett. I also go by That Online Seller here on YouTube. I want to do a video today about the Gemini comic mailer. I also want to explain why that I went ahead and upgraded to it and why I use it for all my comic book shipping. Stay tuned. Okay, let me first off start by saying that the previous video that I did with the stay flat mailers and the cardboard still does work. If you don't have access to being able to buy these in bulk, which I buy them somewhere around 400 to 700 at a time, you may want to still stick with that previous shipping video. I'll go ahead and link it down below. You can watch it and tell me what you think. A few people had some comments. They were concerned with punctures and the cardboard being on the front. There's ways to modify it that you can ship comics a little more securely too. The whole point of it though is that it would actually help with a crush test. So it's really hard to crush it when you add the cardboard and stuff. But like I said, I'll link the video down below so that way you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But right now, what I've upgraded to is the Gemini comic mailer. The reason why I upgraded is because it's a lot faster. I sell so many comic books now. The previous method is a little slower. It does, like I said, still work. It's just when I have, 20, 30, 40 shipments to get out, this is already set up and ready to go for me. So let me show you what it kind of looks like here. This is what it looks like before it's folded. And we'll do a video. I'll show you how to fold it and everything. This is what it looks like over here afterwards, after it's folded. I use this. This is one that just doesn't have any comic books in it. I'll use it to weigh on my scale. And put a comic on top so that way I know exactly how much the comic's going to weigh when I go to ship it. The thing is that some comics will weigh 8 ounces, which makes it cheaper. Some comics weigh 9 ounces, which makes it a little more expensive, so that helps you get an accurate price. And also the nice thing about these is that they fit into priority legal flat rate envelopes. So you can actually go over a pound with them and you can do a flat rate shipping cost and you won't pay more than, I believe right now the rate is $8.20. Obviously, I'm at the time of shooting this video, it may go up. It has once every year, so make sure you check and you know the updated rates if you're watching this a year later. So let's go ahead and go over to the desk over here. I'll show you how to fold this, how to pack comics. We'll do one comic, and then I'll show you how to pack like a bulk amount of comics, like up to 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to lay out everything that you're going to need to go ahead and do this. So first things first, you're going to need your comic book. And sorry about the glare, that's from the ring light. You might see it like on this, but it's not actually like a faded comic or anything. So we got our comic book. We got our wonderful Gemini mailer. And then we're going to need painter's tape. And I just get this stuff off of eBay. I'll put a link down below of the one that I order. Just very basic stuff. It doesn't have to, you don't have to worry about anything special, like it doesn't bleed through or anything. I know they make like higher quality painter's tapes. You just need a very basic one. The reason why we use painter's tape to secure the sides is basically if the comic, something happens that this bag and board splits, painter's tape doesn't really always leave a sticky residue. So if it's a very high-end comic that you're working with, you won't damage it per se. So that's why we're going to use this. We're going to use painter's tape. We need our tape gun to actually seal the Gemini mailer. And then I also use these bread bags that I get from Walmart. I use these when I have multiple comics to ship, and I'll show you how I do it, okay? But I'm going to set this off to the side for now. We're just going to do one comic book. Okay, so here we go. This is the way that I like to fold it. I take the logo, so the logo is going to be on this side, and I put it face down. You bend this corner right on the inside. It's just going to fold right in. And you just flatten it out. Then this is where the comic is going to rest. It's going to rest right here, right inside. But like I said, we're going to tape it, okay? Now you can, this comic's cheap, so we're not overly concerned with it, but now you can add another piece of cardboard behind it. If I was shipping anything that was probably, I don't know, more than $20, I would probably put a cardboard pad behind it, or put this on a cardboard pad and then tape that cardboard pad to this. And that just adds another layer of protection. It's fine. I ship a lot of like lower end comics like this. I never have an issue with them. So we're just going to do that. We're going to get 3 pieces of the painter's tape. And we're going to secure the comic. You don't have to be fancy. You just have to be centered. Okay, so now that it's secure to the actual back of this, what we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of regular tape. Sorry about the noise. And we're going to fold it. And you'll see the Gemini comic supply logo right there when it flips around. I put a piece of tape right here, secure it, and then we're just going to go ahead and fold it on in. Just like that. Now, I've seen people fold it two different ways. I've seen people do this. I personally don't like it because I feel like it's not as secure on the inside. I like to go that side in first, so it gives it like a full flat, like as you can see, like lined up, you know, nice and pressed. And then I tape it across here, and I'll tape it across here. Okay, so that's how you do one comic. Now I'm going to show you how to do multiple comics with the bread bags. Okay, so let's say we have more than one. We have a bunch of 376 Amazing Spider-Mans. I have a ton of these issues, so this is just what we're using for reference here. So the way I like to do it is I'll take the comic, I'll put it down, and I'll stack it kind of like back to back, like so. And the reason why I do this is because it tends to, if you can see, kind of flatten out a little easier. If you do it with the spines will kind of like stack on top of each other. So if you do it this way, it's fine. Like, it looks okay. It's really a personal preference. I prefer to do it like this. I feel like when the spines sit on top of each other this way, you don't get as bad of like a spine bend, or, you know, a spine bend can't happen as easily. Like I said, it's a personal preference. I've seen them ship both ways, and it's not a big deal either way. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put all these in a bread bag. Now, I used to use magazine bags, but they just got to be so expensive, and honestly, this does the job just as well. I also, during the winter, will use these bread bags on a single issue. A lot of times, people don't have a location where the post office can kind of drop it securely. So if they don't, they'll just leave it out in the rain, and this will help protect it against, in case, you know, it's sitting out there in the rain for a day, or until they get home from work. It's going to help protect and make sure the comic doesn't get anything inside of it. Now, there always could be moisture issues and things like that, but you can only do so much. Okay, so now we're going to secure the package, or the bread bag. You can use just regular Scotch tape, or you can use this type of tape. Like, it's really just whatever you like. I'm just going to use Scotch tape because it's a little easier. And you're just going to fold the bread bag kind of on top of itself. And then make sure that these are nice and secure and tight in there. You don't want any wiggle room. Now, the nice thing about when you're shipping like this is that you don't necessarily have to use painter's tape, because you basically have two different forms of protection. You have the bag and board, and you also have this this plastic cover, the bag cover. So it's really up to you on if you want to use painter's tape. If it's all you got, or if it's just, you know, you've come accustomed to using it, it's fine. It's not going to be a big deal. But personally, I don't. I just use regular tape once I've done this. Okay, so there we go. Nice and secure. Kind of just pressed all the air out of it just to make it, you know, nice so it doesn't shift too much. Now we're going to get our Gemini mailer. And same thing like before. The logo part is going to be on the downside. And we're just going to twist it in. We'll put all the comics right here. Now, I know you can do 10 comics in there fairly easy. I've seen people do back and fronts, and they can do a little bit more. It's really kind of up to you what you want to do. We're going to secure this to the back. And then we'll put one more right there. And then just like before, when we do the fold, we're going to put a piece of tape across it. We'll go ahead and fold it. And you'll see that Gemini logo right there when you fold it this way. I'm going to do it hold it like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and secure this. I'm going to show you guys too how this goes in a legal flat rate envelope. So I'm just doing 2 pieces of tape. You can do more. If I'm shipping just this by itself, what I'll do sometimes is even try to secure these sides down, or sometimes I'll just do this. It just depends on the comics and, you know, how secure it feels. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get a legal flat rate envelope. Okay, make sure you get the legal flat rate envelope. Okay, you don't want to get the standard flat rate envelope. It won't fit. So as you can see, this is going to be big enough. Okay, and it'll just slide right in there, and that's if it goes over a pound. And I live in California, so if I'm shipping to New York and it's 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, you know, it can be really expensive. This is going to keep it, you know, $8.20. Like I said at the time, it's about $8.20. And then you'll go ahead and, you know, pull your tab. I like to put pieces of tape here, here, and across here. You just never know if this is going to get caught somewhere and rip open, the whole thing falls out, and you don't want to lose it. Another thing that you can do also is, let's say they won't fit in the Gemini mailer. One of the things that I also will use is let me grab it here. Okay, so let's say it won't fit into this here. Okay, one of the other things you can use is this, a regional A box. I use these a lot as well, and that's if you have a larger stack of comics that you're going to ship. You can ship them in there. Now I do the back and front thing with the bag and all that, and then I bubble wrap it, and then I have padding and shipping peanuts that I use on the inside of this. And then I'll even go as far as to use other flat rate boxes, medium flat rate, large flat rate. It just depends on how many comic books I'm shipping, but this is pretty much the standard. This will get you, like I said, at least 10. You might be able to push 15 depending on the size of the comic book and the weight and stuff. So I hope that helps. Let's go ahead and go back over to the desk over here, and I'll give you a little more information. Okay, so I hope that was super helpful and informative. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer it. Go and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing other videos. I'm going to do other shipping techniques that I use for things like VCRs, video games, all kinds of different stuff that I ship, toys, collectibles. We all know that, you know, if someone buys a high-end collectible, you want to make sure you pack it, shipping peanuts, bubble wrap, all that stuff. So I'll show you as those kind of things sell. I'll go ahead and do videos of those and show you how I make sure to secure them. And this will help you in your eBay or your online business and growing it, because once your customer trusts you and trusts the way that you ship, they're going to come back to you, especially if you're selling collectibles. I'm not the cheapest by any means when it comes to my shipping. I see people using media mail and shipping in bubble mailers, and I see nightmare stories about it. But people will continue to come to me because I ship it correctly, I ship it right, and they know when they get it, they're going to get it in the condition that they bought it in, and it's going to arrive secure. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll leave links down below for all the items that I used today. So if you have any questions about, you know, where to get it, it's going to all be down below. So thank you so much, and thanks for watching.